Of course. So we've essentially taken the kind of strongest points from a mobile network and a enterprise grade PBX and kind of mashed them together. So what we've come up with is a solution that gives people all the features they would expect on a fixed line service, CLI presentation, hunt grouping, queues, but in a way through a mobile environment, through a mobile network, where they don't have to install the top apps. It's a native cellular service. Mm-hmm. So there's no training or anything involved in deploying this. It's a SIM-based solution. It's network level solution. Users take out a mobile phone, dialer, mm-hmm. make a call on their kind of native dialer, and it picks up all of the kind of features at network level. There was a lot of that going on, so we looked at what was in the market and what we could do, and we just stumbled upon the fact that a native cellular solution is easier to people to get their head around, because you use a mobile phone to make a call all day, so we want to make the user experience as close to a normal phone call as possible, and that's what we did. We created a cellular solution where they just pick the phone out of the pocket. There's no other top apps to install. You don't have to worry about compatibility. You don't have to worry about your data being good enough. You just make a phone call as you would do on a normal mobile device, and it routes through enterprise PBX. It's logged. If recording is necessary, we can record it. You can bring extra features like hunt groups and queues and caller presentation. So that's one of the biggest use cases for our services. Customers want the full control of what number they present when they ring out. So if you ring a business contact, you can display a business identity. In the UK, it's a landline number, business landline number, and you could have 50 SIMs all displaying their business number, and calls come back into that business landline number, and it could ring all 50 SIMs. So it's just easier to manage. That was kind of the aha moments that we had, where we said, apps are great. Apps and mobility and having mobile workforce is very interesting. But how can we make it better? And this was, this is the gold standard we believe this is the gold standard of mobile communication for businesses. I don't think we'd be able to offer the solution we offer without the PortaBilling side of your platform. I think, there's lots of different vendors that create a good soft switch. And we looked and evaluated before going with PortaOne. We looked at a lot of different vendors. But it was almost the billing part was always an afterthought. With all of these companies, generally speaking, it was kind of like, we'll generate CDR data, and then even lots of them, they don't even provide an integrated billing platform. It is literally, they'll spit out a CDR, and you can then import that into a billing platform. And we see so many resellers of voice services in the UK, at least. We see lots and lots of resellers that they don't have any visibility on the system and charging in real time. They literally, all of their stuff happens after the fact. So if someone runs up a big bill, it's generally they run up the big bill, and then they get an alert saying the bill's been run up. There's no preempting that. There's no managing that before the event occurs. It's almost like it's happened, and how do we manage it afterwards? We'll block them. With PortaOne, what we like about it is because, we feel like PortaOne is a billing system first and foremost, and if you think about it as a business and as a platform, and we resell this to resellers, we resell to end customers. If you can't bill your customers, you haven't got a business. If you can't bill effectively, if you're making mistakes in charging, your customers are always second guessing you. You get one bill wrong, and they're always querying invoices. We don't feel like we get that with Porta. What we get is gospel. What Porta's generated for an invoice is correct. We can see the logs through. We can see, we've got full visibility of that. And I think one of my favorite features about it is the being able to cap and control people's bills before they make a mistake. So so whenever we're looking at kind of launching a new service, and that's the agility is another good thing about Porta, because there's lots and lots of features, but also the API is extensive. We'd never use a vendor, we'd never use any kind of platform or software that didn't have an extensive API. And it's for that reason of not just we can build the tools that we need to service our customers, but also lots of our customers use your APIs to build the tools that they need without us getting involved. We just give them, we proxy your API and say, here's a API with 800 methods. Do you want? And they come up with the most interesting use cases for the business or for the platform that we would never think of, and it's so niche, it wouldn't be cost effective for us to build out the solutions, but they have their in-house developers, and they find the APIs very interesting. And again, because Porta's got such an extensive range of APIs, what we tend to do is we want to automate as much as possible, because we want customers to get instant gratification on what they want to order. So, for instance, what we can do at the moment with this solution is customers can go online, they can pick a landline number, put their billing details in, and within 40 seconds, it provisions it through every system we have So our accounts platform, PortaBilling on a mobile network, and it provisions the whole thing, and within 40 seconds it'll actually spit out a QR code for the customer, and they'll get an email within 40 seconds of putting the details in. I'd say the support PortaCare is outstanding. I'd have to say that we really feel like when we if there's an issue, and often it could be it could be a configuration issue, or it could be something on our side. It could be an issue with a customer will want to configure something in a specific way to meet a requirement they have. We raise a ticket, and we really feel like we're it's taken seriously. The guys want to help, and we feel very, very valued in that. And the support really drives it. I think if the product was as strong as it is, but the support we received and the that community feeling wasn't there as well, I feel like that's another thing that wouldn't be would be problematic. But we don't feel like that at all. I mean, our staff even say, if there's a problem with anything, they'd prefer to be a problem with Porta because they get better supported, if that makes sense. But often it's not the case. It's not Porta's. It's not something's wrong with Porta. It's something wrong with another vendor. But we get the support we get from you guys is really quick and efficient. And unfortunately, the support we get from other vendors is not necessarily as good. But yeah, so I think the support is definitely worthwhile.